to oh my god, it's already recording. Welcome to Millenia. Welcome to Millenia. Be ye man, woman, child, spirit, creature, demon, be ye native, migrator, or invader. Welcome, for I am your host, this Millenia Mailman, here today with the news, intel, and share with you on a Tourism Tuesday. I'm going to be delving more into this particular quote while it's on the mind from the song Afterlife by David D4VD, where honestly, all the lyrics to that song really contribute to this particular thing and how I chose to integrate it. But the quote itself, what that really triggered it and really made it stick in the mind was, "What doesn't kill you waits for later." That entire verse, I know I just used the snippet over here, but that entire verse, let alone if you use the rest of the song for context, that specific verse really drives home the basis of what made the concept of what I did for this particular item here in the realm of Millenia. So let's delve into it, because I will be world building for you long after you've already begun to acclimate and fit in. So sit back and relax, enjoy your Tourism Tuesday. Yes, so today we're delving into the concept of the Tormentor's Blade. The Tormentor's Blade. I use that little one-line verse from the song Afterlife from David to create this whole concept, design, style, and backstory lore based on the one lyric, rather the one line, the verse, which honestly you could say I based it across the whole song. But what doesn't kill you waits for later, where the Tormentor's Blade has two, namely, aspects about it, and then I have a side note for kind of like a lore around it for the Tormentor themselves, where the first major effect is that it absorbs the life essence of those it cuts into, and yes, it absorbs the life essence of those cut in order to have an attached instant death effect. So after you effectively, just use this, after you cut someone with it, if you cut them at all, snip, death. Cut, instant death, right? Where the, come on, you can vote. Where this whole slashing idea concept, where as it's leaving, what causes the instant death effect is the fact that the knife is allegedly connecting, when it makes contact with you, is making contact with your soul, and thus snatching it out of your body through this very minimal contact. Shink. Right? And that's effectively what is causing the instant death effect. The instant death effect is being implemented through the fact that this cut is the contact point that makes and breaks everything. So the number one major effect of this blade is the fact that I don't need much. I just need one little contact. I need that connection. As long as I get to cut into you, I can instant death you. Right? And then the second effect here, the second main major effect is that soul, that life essence being robbed from the instant death effect and cut, is going to be absorbed by the blade, and those previously slashed by the blade and had their soul, their life essence absorbed into the blade, is going to be thus transferred to whomever is going to be wielding the blade, right? So so this is, I'm just gonna pretend this is the Tormentor's blade. This is the Tormentor's blade. This is one person. This hand is the person wielding the blade, and this hand is the person getting slashed by it. Slash, aha, I'm dying, I'm withering away. Now all that life essence is in the blade, and the person wielding the blade gets to effectively rejuvenate, live longer, have more vitality, and all these other precious benefits of being the wielder of the blade that absorbed all that life essence and soul from the original person. Note, if no one else is holding the handle grip of this blade, the one holding it in their slashed open guts counts as the wielder of the blade, right? And that's to say, for particular narrative reasons I came up with while writing it, if this person, the wieler, slashes or tries to use this as a throwing dagger, I'm going to stab it into this guy, right? I'm not sure if you can really see the bottle cap here. Get a better angle or something, right? If this person who is getting cut into by it, if there's no second person, other wielder, they're considered the wielder, which is how the Tormentor got its name, because it is permanently embedded in this person who became known for that blade, and thus that person has a relatively eternal life because they're being supplemented by all the life essence and soul already within the blade, but at the same time, they cannot take out this blade without hurting and effectively killing themselves. So they're suffering from eternal pain and suffering because they can't pull this blade out without dying. Instant death, right? So that was the caveat to the overpoweredness. Any slash, anything at all, instant death effect is instant death effect. There's no getting around this. There's no loopholing it or fixing it. If you get cut by it, the moment you leave contact with this blade, you are done and over with, period. But it's not going to be doing any favors. There's no way to make this particular blade a sentient one and self-autonomous, because the power to instant death is a bit overpowered in and of itself. And I can't let anyone really have that, right? I can't just make the blade sentient and choose to do anything, because then it gets overly convoluted, and that ruins my power balance and power scaling in my universe. I don't like that. So the blade itself, it's just a tool, it's just an item. Whoever wields it gets awesome power, but it's, again, also kind of like a switch. It's very limiting. It's a small range that you really get with this blade, this Tormentor's blade, and it's a tool of extreme pain and agony, where the original person who really gave this blade its reputation was effectively somehow the greatest assassin. Little did we know they were the greatest assassin because they didn't really need to do much to be really effective, because the blade was just that awesome. Now it came to the person, it got used on a person who managed to get it away from the original wielder of the blade, but was capable enough to not return it. Now, Now again, this is called the Tormentor's blade. If you are cut by it, you are going through an exceptional amount of pain and agony. Kind of like how that one offhand comment from the Wolverine Logan character, where someone asked him in one of the movies in the comic series, doesn't it hurt to when your claws come out? Because it's like you're cutting past your skin in order to use your claws. And he said, every time. He's like, oh yeah, the pain never want to get away, and I never really get used to it. I just kind of get over it. I never got used to the pain. It hurts the same amount every time. My pain tolerance hasn't changed because the amount of pain hasn't actually changed or been numbed or anything. It's just like, it hurts an extreme amount every time I dare to use my claws. It's just that I have adrenaline pumping through anytime I really needed them because I had to hurt other people who were trying to do me harm. So the amount of pain I suffer when I need to whip out these bad boys is just worth it in one way or another. So I kind of added those two quotes there into this one artifact, weaponry artifact, because it makes for a balanced power scaling here, where it has great power, but at rather early on into the creation and inception of it, it eventually gets exclusively used by those who end up getting cut and slashed by it, meaning, they are relatively bound for death the moment that they get a hold of it. So I don't know what to tell ya. It's game over, bro. It's game over. So they go about inflicting more pain and suffering upon other people and going rather barbarian style attack, because I don't need defenses. This is going to eternally fix and mend my wounds and give me a longer and longer lifespan. So I'm not really worried about taking no damage here, because the sword got me covered and is giving me an exceptional amount of pain and suffering anyway. So I'm never necessarily in the right state of mind, because my mind is always bogged down and weighed down by an incredible amount of pain. It's called the Tormentor's Blade for a reason. It is exceptionally painful. It is constantly painful, exceptionally painful. And what was I just thinking or trying to talk about? I'm in pain. So, yeah, that was my caveat. It's not really much of a nerf. At least I don't like to consider it as a nerf, but that's the way I managed to power scale the actual ability, because part of the ability itself is overpowered. So it's gotta have its balances and counterbalances, right? And that's the way I so chose to make this one. But yep, that's pretty much it for this one. Again, that was based on the quote from Afterlife, from a song made by the artist D4VD, David, if you will. And that quote, what doesn't kill you waits for later, because the Tormentor's Blade here. Oh, I didn't kill you the first time? Wait for it. Just wait for it. Like the video if you like it. The video I made, or the things I said, or agree with any of that there. Comment down in that comment section down below. Any questions, comments, or concerns you might have about this particular item. And of course, go ahead, share the video for more exposure, or subscribe if you feel like it. Peace.